One thing that I got from reading this devotion was a quote in here, and when I read it the first, actually a couple times, I initially passed over it, and I don't want to pass over it anymore. It says, it talks about bouncing back, that there's a bouncy ball that can bounce 75 feet up in the air, and is the reference, and then it talks about bouncing back, and bouncing back to what? And the quote is, back to a life with a dreamer's heart that believes God can get you through difficult things. I don't think that I said that correctly, but back to a life with a dreamer's heart. And in 2020, I know that I've had times where I've broken down on my knees, just crying out to God, because in the second part of that verse is back to a dreamer's heart, in believing God for difficult things. And yes, I believed God a lot in 2020 for difficult things, that He's gonna work everything out. But back to a dreamer's heart. I don't remember in 2020 of dreaming. I remember of reaching out to God, going, God, what's next? Where are we going? Where is this world going? Where is my family in all of this? And how do we get out of this? How do we get back to trusting you? And that line of back to a dreamer's heart. One of the questions was, has my life changed that is keeping me away from being fully alive? I'm sure that I'm not the only one that feels in the year 2020, there was a lot of stuff that kept me from feeling fully alive, not internally, I'm fully alive, but of like being able to just go to the park with my kids, to just love life, live life, and be fully alive. And yes, I there's a lot that has changed. We have to do things that we weren't doing before 2020, and it's all good, but there's definitely been a lot in my life that has changed, but I don't want that to stop me from being fully alive. I don't want that to stop me from believing that even though that the world is in a new place right now, that we can't be fully alive or go back to the things that we were doing. We might do them a little bit differently, but taking the risk of being able to just walk outside and say, you know what, I'm gonna have a good day today. I'm not gonna look at who is doing this and who is not doing that. I'm gonna get back to living fully alive. I'm gonna get back to, like I said, I can't remember the last time that I had a dreamer's heart in 2020. And so that is something that stuck out to me, and something that I wanted to point out of, don't be afraid to dream this year. Don't be afraid to get back to thinking about where I'm going to be in 2021. Like, I have dreams. We all had dreams in 2020, and none of my dreams were really fulfilled. I didn't dream of a pandemic, but I want to get back to that. And reading that quote, like I said, I've passed over it, but reading that quote was like, wow, back to a dreamer's heart. I want to get back to dreaming. I want to get back to believing in God. This is the year that you are going to bless each and every one of us. That's what we are bouncing back to. And that was something that stuck out to me in this devotion.